Alright guys, so welcome along to our F2 series for L2S F2 Esports League. So today we're at, I think it's going to be round 5 for Monaco, and it seems to be wet for a one-shot qualifying. Not sure if the race is going to be wet as well. That's going to be quite an interesting one to deal with, especially with the F2 cars. So let's see how much practice the guys actually have had so far, as everyone is currently selecting their setups. Hopefully they brought along a wet setup for this track. Not sure how many drivers were actually prepared for this one, but we're gonna have a look at that in just a bit. And let's see how well the one-shot qualifying is about to go. Alright, so everyone currently running. Let's see if anyone is gonna invalidate their laps here or not. Gonna follow along with official B2M right now. He's pretty high up in the championship from what I remember checking about, I think about 2 days ago. So quite a few retirements we might be seeing because of the conditions on track. It's going to be quite difficult for them to actually race here as well. So just going to be quite interesting to see what kind of lap times we're going to be seeing here. 15 drivers entered into this race, so it should be a good session. Getting on board with official B2 as he seems to be in front right now running for the one-shot qualifying lap. Just to see how difficult this track is, and this is full on wets, not intermediate, so it's a little more difficult than we would expect on the inters to drive here. Rear traction is going to be quite difficult. So far seems to has the fastest time with Beer sitting in second there. So let's see if that's going to stay as is when the final table do comes up. A lot of qualifying times actually. I was expecting quite a few more disqualifications out of this qualifying session. But not too bad for the feature race. And don't forget, guys, as usual, because it's a F2 series, let's get through this. So we have official BTM starting on pole, Beer starting in second, Mogi in third, Mitzi is going to start fourth, Spooner starting fifth, Jay Sarge in sixth, Angry Orange in seventh, Infamous in eighth, Ian in ninth, Daddy JNR in 10th, Scientist is in 11th, Slayer 12th, Frenzy 13, Bollocks 14, and Deacon are going to be starting in 15. So let's see, our qualifying times range from the worst is a 141 and best we have is a 136.3. I think it's about half that time if it's on a drive track for a Monaco lap. So let's see what kind of race start we're going to have. As we already understand, braking zones are going to be quite different with the F2 cars, especially on a track like Monaco. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult for drivers, especially if they're not too familiar with the braking zones and hadn't had too much practice with this. Does seem to be a dry race, so that's going to be maybe a plus side for them. Alright guys, and they're off. Let's see how well the start of this race is going to go. And to change out the position changes, see what's happening down there. Let's see how the first corner goes. Seems to be going pretty well so far. Everyone seems to got away pretty well. I think we got Angry Orange just right up to the rear of Spooner's car there right now going. So quite a close gap between a lot of these drivers. Gonna be a little bit dangerous if they do attempt to overtake in somewhere they shouldn't. Someone's getting awfully close going around there. That official B2, I'm still leading. Beer still running second. Mogi still running in third. Sart stays right where he started. Infamous and Ian as well. And Bollocks as well. Everyone has half changed position just a bit. As Angry Orange, I think, got up a position there. Or he is trying to get up one right now. Oh, and someone might have had some damage there. Getting a little bit swervy. I think that's Angry Orange's car. I think he's lost both end plates on the front wing, so that's going to be some significant damage. He might have to pit, and we have a VSC, possibly for that incident that just happened there, as there will be some debris on track that needs to be cleared. So I think we're going to have to go on our VSC for just a little bit of the lap to have them clear it out, as we have Angry Orange going into the pits now. And we have Spooner as well going into the pits. He might have some damage as well. Not sure if he's changing a front wing. Doesn't look like there's going to be a front wing change for him. Oh yeah, there is actually. So he might have suffered some damage on that incident as well. That was someone being spun around there. I think that was Mitzi. He's lost a chunk of his front wing as well. Get her back out in front. We got Beard chasing down official B2M right now. Gap is just over a second now though. Of course, that's gonna be a little bit difficult to even get an overtake done if he can get close enough. So he's gonna have to try and keep that gap at least under a second to have a chance at this. Following on in the midfield, we got Scientist running very close to Ian right now. Scientist running in a Renault, so let's see how close he's gonna be able to get to Ian. Following on board with him right now. Alright, so official B2 currently holding fastest lap 128.3, not too bad for race pace. Then we have DRS is now enabled. Infamous now takes the fastest lap, switching that around to Ian. We're gonna have a look where our closest gap is. So we got Infamous just behind J Sarge running, just about half a second. Of course, close gaps are quite dangerous to maintain on this track. Of course, this is essential as well if you do want to get an overtake done, and it's only going to be able to be done in certain parts of the track, where Monaco being such a tight circuit. Spooner now takes fastest lap, and we can switch it around to Angry Orange now. So that's going to be probably increasing as we keep going on. I think Beer is trying to work at reducing the gap between himself and official B2. I'm running in P1 right now. He's gonna have to try and do that maybe a little bit faster. Being a feature race, we only have 21 laps of this to go, and then we get into the sprint race. So let's see. Oh, Mogi with a 3-second penalty. Their penalties are so easy to rack up here at Monaco, especially with the corners the way they are. It's very difficult to avoid cutting them sometimes, especially when you're racing a car in front of you or behind you. I got Beer just under a second now. Gap is going on, coming as we speak. Trying to keep the gap under a second behind official B2. Just wants to try and get in the DRS range. Just did the fastest lap there, 122.8. So Beer is driving pretty well so far, catching official B2, man. He's still out front. Still doing a great job driving here as well, trying to keep Beer behind. Does have a lot of clean air to work with. Beer just locking up his left front just a little bit on the braking there. Of course, damage on these cars is one thing these drivers are going to want to avoid, as we see Beer keeps locking up the stars just to avoid putting that car into the wall, and gets much closer to official B2M's car right now. J Sarge getting another 3-second penalty there, so these penalties are going to be adding up down to the end of the race. We'll see how that affects position changes as they do finish JNR with the 3-second penalty as well. And Beer just getting one there as well for that corner. He might have lost the rear end just a little bit, that caused that to happen, and lost a bit of time as well, a few tenths off of the chase he's having over official B2M right now. Mogi about 6 seconds behind, so he's running pretty well there. Changing off the tires, let's see what's going. So most of our drivers are on the super soft tires right now, with some drivers driving on softs. So of course they do have to do that one mandatory pit stop before the end of the race. So let's see what everyone is going to choose to do here. Probably run it on mediums, I'm not sure as yet. We got J Sarge running in the pits right now. Still following a Beer here, half a second still behind official B2M. I think this is the closest gap we have going through. Infamous is now under a second behind Mogi, chasing him down. And this gap is getting closer and closer as we speak. I don't know if Beer has a gap to go on here as well as yet, but it doesn't seem to be, because he does have to find an appropriate part of the track to actually get this overtake done, because getting close to a car is just one part of getting the overtake done on a track like Monaco. Engines do sound quite different going through that tunnel section. Quite a few different strategies I think running on track right now, because a few drivers did start on the softs, a few started on the super softs. Of course the super softs are much faster tires, but their lifespan is so much shorter. So let's see how well that's going to work for everyone. We got Ian getting behind Mogi right now, very close behind, chasing him down. Hopefully doesn't cut a corner, trying to catch up, and he's going to probably try to take away that 4th place if he can get close enough to get it done. Oh, and Smokey into the pits there, I think. So that's going to put Ian up into P4 now. Now Ian has Scientist just behind him, about just under a second actually. Let me see what the 3-second time penalty again there. Beer is trying to maintain the gap that he has, about half a second behind official B2M right now. Still chasing him down around on lap 6, running off 21 for our feature race here at Monaco. Now we got Beer getting extremely close here. Now let's see if this is going to be a move happening. No, it's not. He's going to hold it back for now. He's gotten very close to official B2M's car there for a second though. It's going to be quite interesting to see when these two actually decide to do their pit stops. Who's going to be pitting first between official B2M and Beer? I'm not sure as yet. Both seem to be running on the same strategy for the moment. Oh, and Beer goes for it into that corner. Actually squeezes official B2M just a little bit. Actually gets it done. Both of them coming out of that without any damage. So excellent move. I think official B2M might have a bit of damage. He might have touched a little bit there. He is missing a right end pit, so his car did have a bit of contact with Beer's car there through that overtake. Of course, Beer still got that done, so official B2M going to be trying to catch up now. Of course, is going to be working with a damaged front wing, a little bit less downforce to work with, especially on a track like Monaco where you actually need it. So it's going to be a little more difficult for him to catch her back and get past Beer here. But let's see if he can actually get this done, maybe on the pit stops. And he is trying for it here. We're going a little bit wide off of that corner. Of course, this is Formula 2, guys. So remember, we don't have an overtake button to use. No ERS is being used here in terms of controlling by drivers. So what they're relying on is basically getting DRS and their driving capabilities here. See what's happening down in the rest of the field right now. So we got Beer currently leading on lap 7. We got official B2M now in 2nd, Ian now in 3rd, Scientist in 4th, GNR 5th, Bollocks is now 6th, Deacon is now up to 7th, Avi Orange 8th, Spooner 9th, J Sarge 10th, Mogi 11th, Infamous 12th, Slayer is 13, Mitzi is 14, and Frenzy is down to 15. And I think someone's just spun around. That was Bollocks there. He's getting going again. Does have Spooner coming behind him. Let's see if Spooner running in 9 can actually get past. Seems to be losing back some time here now, though. We got official B2M and JNR both in the pits. I think official B2M leaving the pits right now. He is now on softs. Might be going to the end on those tires there. Of course, Beer pitted as well, so Beer still leads. At least for the moment here, I think. I'm not sure. Let's see where far Beer is on track right now. Yeah, so he is currently leading. And official B2M runs in second. Behind him. Sorry, fourth, I mean. I was forgot that Ian and Scientist were up there in first and second. So gap has increased a little bit between Beer and official B2M just because we had official B2M had to change his front wing for the damage sustained during the overtake between him and Beer. So we still got Scientists yet to pit. We got Ian getting into the pits right now, getting off those super softs, probably going on to softs right now, and yes he is. So he's going to be back out on those, and let's see if he can get it back in front of Beer and official B2M, which I don't think he is going to be able to do that. He does get out back behind Beer. Let's see if official B2M can actually beat him to the exit here. And he seems to be disconnected for just a second. He's back on now. And official B2M gets past and goes back up into P3 for now. Scientist still in P1 running. He does have to take a pit stop. So Ian is now half a second behind official B2M with his teammate Deacon running behind him. So Ian and Deacon are running pretty high up at the moment. I think we got Infamous and GN are both getting a positions there. I think because Mogi is pitted. That means with another 3-second penalty. Scientist is still yet to pit. Deacon still has to take a pit stop as well. So that's going to come into play at the moment. For now, let's see what's going to happen. Not sure how much longer Scientist is going to hold it out in front before it does actually decide to take that pit stop. Going down to Infamous. He's chasing down Spooner now. Half a second behind him. Getting quite close, just not trying to force a move at the moment. Maybe he's trying to take his time and really think about this one to avoid damage on that car. There is now about 3.8 seconds behind. Scientist out front, who's currently leading the race. Scientist still at the pit, so we're just having a look at that gap as well as we keep going. Oh, I think Infamous was about almost thinking about making a move on Spooner the same way Beer did on official B2M earlier, and resulted in just a bit of minor damage on official B2M's car. Got Angry Orange and Deacon both in the pits right now. They're taking their pit stops. Right, Infamous very close, trying to get a gap to go on here, not getting enough room to do it. The track is so narrow, and does have it here if he has enough straight line speed to get it into that turn, but it's quite dangerous to try. Didn't go for it. He's going to just hold it out for the moment as they continue to go around. Still maintaining that half a second gap, which is actually impressive on his side. Just sticking close to the rear of Spooner's car. Getting very close now, going through the tunnel section. He might be trying to outbrake him into the next turn. Let's see if that's actually going to happen here. And he does. Let's see if he's able to keep the position though. Actually, he's made a very clean switch there. Infamous up into P6 now. Very clean overtake done by him. And getting Spooner down into P7. Beer with the fastest lap so far, 122.6. Not too bad from him. So great racing from Infamous there, getting past without any damage to either cars. And Frenzy has retired from the race. I'm not sure what's happened. He might have put that car in a wall somewhere. I think that's happened in Sector 1 somewhere here. Because we do have some wave yellows getting back to green and getting back to racing here now. We got Beer getting just under a second behind Scientist now. I'm not sure how much pressure he's going to want to put on Scientist here. He should maybe know that Scientist will have to pit in front of him. Of course, he doesn't want to be sticking around for official B2M to catch up from behind, as he seems to be gaining some time off of Beer's car right now. As it's now about 13 seconds, it was down to 12 for a minute ago. Scientist's car is running on much older worn tires, so he started on those softs. I don't know if he's going to be going to super softs down to the end or not. We're going to have a look at that in a second, as Beer is looking for a gap to go on here. Scientist is not pitting as yet, so Beer is going to have to try and get past for now to not get held up. And he has DRS. Let's see if he can get him into turn 1. And Scientist defends against it, holding Beer into P2 for now. I would say these two shouldn't really be racing each other here, but because Scientist does have to take that pit stop, but he just doesn't want other cars behind to catch up. Maybe just thinking the longer he can hold up Beer before taking his pit stop, the better off he is of losing less positions when he does do that pit stop. Maybe, I'm not sure as yet. Beer just tapping his car on the at the rear just a little bit to let him know I'm ready to get by, like hopefully not taking any damage. He might be going on. Okay, he's gonna go side by side with him here now, very tight through that tunnel section, and I think Beer has gotten up into P2 now, P1, sorry. So that's Scientist down into P2. Official P2, I'm running P3 right now, trying to catch up, and he's gaining time now. He's now about 11 seconds behind Scientist, so he's trying to catch up to Beer at the moment to get back in the battle for the lead of the race. I got Angry Orange getting very close to Kone at the back here right now in 11th. See if he's going to push it. We have waved yellows all around. It's a VSC. Not sure for what as yet. What incident has happened on track to cause that VSC? It's not showing up on my screen. Of course, I can see it on track that there are wave yellows all around the track at the moment, so absolutely no overtaking can be attempted right now. And Scientist is now in the pits, going on the super softs and going to the end of the race on those. Excellent strategy on him there though, because those super softs will work pretty well for him going down to the end of the race. Of course, it's going to be quite difficult to overtake on a track like Monaco. Oh, and that's resulted in Angry Orange losing part of his front wing. A bold move he did try to make. Lost quite a bit of front wing there. That's going to be a lot of downforce loss. And we're back racing again, I think. Yep, yeah, wall wave yellows are gone. I have to just switch on board to make sure of that. So Jay Sarge in the pits right now, getting out on soft. So Scientist only car currently running on the super soft tires right now. Until got official B2. I'm now in second, running about 11 seconds behind Beer, currently leading the race. Ian running in third there. And I got Scientist still coming around in fourth. Infamous running in fifth. Bollocks running in 6th, JNR running 7th. He's chasing down Bollocks right now. Beaver getting a 3-second penalty, so he's going to want to be careful about the penalties up front if he does want to take the win for this race, as the official B2M is probably going to be catching him, hopefully not losing time on his end there. Following on board with JNR right now. Let's see how close he can get to Bollocks' car and if he can get a move done. And Angry Orange is out of the pits now on super soft to go to the end of the race, so he's going to try and make up some positions before we get to lap 21. Just about 7 laps more of racing we have to go here. Alright, and that is Bollocks into the pits. JNR is going to be moving up into 6th now. Following along with Infamous right now. I think he does have a car behind him. I think that's Slayer running in 14th. So that's a lapped car. Deacon is now in the pits as well, going on to super softs as well. So quite a few drivers are going to be on the super softs to go down to the end of the race here now. And we got Ian getting 2.7 seconds behind official B2M now. He's chasing down official B2M. Let's see how that's going to play out for us. And official B2M has lost at least 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds at least to Beer's car and out in front. And his tires are 1 lap newer, so Ian seems to be catching up at the moment. So he might have to be a little bit more worried about Ian coming behind him. You got J Sarge getting under a second behind Spooner at the moment. Let's see what's happening down at the back here with them. Oh, and Spooner touches the wall. J Sarge goes ahead up into P7. Easy pass for him. Spooner is now under a second behind J Sarge. Hopefully able to get back his position. Not sure if he will. Does have a little bit damage on that front wing, missing the right end plate. Get Angry Orange getting very close to the Kuna's car, and both seem to be disconnected. As they're about to be lapped by Beer's car there. Or I think they're just ghosted because Beer is running. I think they're just ghosted because Beer is trying to get past them here right now, and they're on the blue flags. Following along with Scientist and Ian right now, still following how that battle goes. Ian now 2 seconds behind official B2M. He's trying to break the gap down to under, I guess, 1 second to have a chance and challenge official B2M for a second place in a race. Angry Orange running very close to the corner right now, just under a second. Hopefully can get a gap to go on and move up into 11 there. He is trying at it right now. So 1 driver lost. His Frenzy lost out of this race. Slayer running 14, Mitzi 13, Angry Orange 12, Deacon 11. Top 10 running pretty well. Beer still leading now by 15 seconds. Official B2M in second place. Ian has gained another half a second off of his time there. Now 1.6, 1.5 seconds behind official B2M. Scientist about 3.4 seconds behind Ian there, so he's trying to catch up as well. In regards to the rest of the field, I think we have just a bit of a gap between most of the drivers there. This is our closest gap, trying to follow between Ian and official B2M. Gap is now down to under a second, as I think official B2M is having some problems with that car. Not sure if he's gained any damage from anywhere else. That was a little bit quick. I didn't actually get to see if there was any damage there, but yes, I think he does have an end plate missing on his car, so Ian does have a bit of an advantage here to try and catch up to official B2M, and he has done so now, under a second, under half a second actually, and he's going to be trying to get past Scientist running on that super soft tires and trying to catch up to Ian right now. Not sure if he's going to be able to do it in time. We're about to run out of laps here as we're on lap 17 right now, 21. Great braking from, oh, a little bit swervy off of official B2M there. He is trying to go side by side with Scientist, with Ian right now. So official B2M taking back P2 from Ian. Still has that damaged front wing. Ian's car having no damage at the moment, still chasing down official B2. I'm not sure what happened for a second there. I think he's going to try and outbrake him into this turn. Oh, and that was actually pretty close. That could have ended very badly for Ian's car there. We did a lot of damage on that front wing had he not braked in time. And second guess that decision about trying to do a little bit of a dive bomb off of official B2M's car there. He's going to have to be careful where he does this. Of course, he's running out of time, so he's trying to get it done. Doesn't want to just settle for P2 right now, as Scientists now on the fast tires have caught up to Ian's car. So he's now 1.4 seconds behind. He's trying to get his gap down to under a second to have a chance at getting on the podium here at Monaco, which, let's face it, who doesn't want to be on the podium at Monaco? And I think Ian's car might have suffered a bit of damage. Probably, yes, he is missing an end plate with that bit of battle with official B2M about half a lap ago. So he is going to be struggling a bit to try and get past official B2M now. Not sure if he's going to be settling for this P3 though. A scientist definitely doesn't want to settle for P4. I think he's going to want to get one more position. Obviously, he is coming behind in the bright yellow car. Just about to get up into under a second now. Still about 1.5 seconds, I'll call it, behind Ian. And I think we have Infamous joining the party as well, because he's about a second behind Scientist's car there. So quite a bit of battle might be going on for a final podium position here, as Ian gets very close to official B2M right now. Of course, we now have, I think we have another VSC here. Or is it a safety car? We have a safety car. Something has happened with Slayer down at the back, and we have a safety car for that incident. That car is probably blocking the track, which means the race is going to probably be ending under the safety car, which means positions probably will be staying as is. A sad end to the Monaco Grand Prix if that's what's happening here. Hopefully we can have at least one lap of racing. I'm not sure if we will. But if it does go according to regulations, it's going to mean we're going to be ending the race under the safety car. But let's hope for at least one more lap of racing, as everyone does have to go around before they get behind that safety car there. And Beer has such a significant lead. 23 seconds he leads off of official B2M. So Ian's still chasing down official B2. Of course, can get past right now because we're under the safety car. Scientist was getting very close, as well as Infamous there. Would have been a good three-way battle going on for P3, or maybe even a four-way battle for P2. We got Ball getting into the pits right now. Might be going on to fresher tires, and we might have some damage. I'm not sure as yet. He does have some damage on his car. Let's see who's going to decide to pit at this point right now. Of course, it does seem like we're ending under the safety car, which if I assume we are, I wouldn't be taking a pit stop if I'm higher up in the points right now. Okay, Boss is getting back out on track, and Beer has decided to pit. He has more than enough time to do it, and let's see if he's losing positions because of this. Alright, so Beer has pitted. He's back out in 5th, running on lap 20. Not entirely sure why Beer decided to pit. I think he is able to get past back everyone. No, he is not. Hopefully he didn't pull off an illegal overtake there, which I think he might have done, getting past Infamous. I'm not sure as yet. It did seem a bit like he's waiting for Infamous to just drive past back him. So official B2M now leads the Monaco Grand Prix behind the safety car. Ian running in 2nd, Scientist running in 3rd, Beer now running in 4th, Infamous in 5th, JNR 6th, Sarge 7th, Spooner 8, Mogi 9, Deacon 10th, Angry Orange 11, Mitzi 12, Bollocks 13, Slayer and Frenzy out of the race. We're not entirely sure what's happened to Slayer's cars yet. Oh, and safety car in on this lap. Of course, that means, I think that's the end of it either way. It doesn't matter. We're on lap 20, going to lap 21. So it's just going to be one lap of racing. How much is actually going to be done in that time? It's going to be a little bit exciting. So let's switch on to going maybe to Beer here, and let's see what's going to happen with the front few cars getting through into turn 1 as they're about to get back going now. Alright, so we are back racing again. Beer is just behind Scientist's car, trying to go by, has gone by. Up into P3 now, trying to get up even further here. Ian just on our second behind official B2. And let's see if he's going to be able to get by. Deacon getting a penalty there. Quite a few penalties might be given out, as I think our biggest battle might be out in front of us. So we're just going to keep following on here for now. There might be a back marker car in the midst of the battle happening here. Oh, and Beer trying to, I think that, was that Beer trying to push it? I'm trying to figure out who was. Oh, and Ian's lost a part of his front wing. I think that was Beer trying to push it there. Ian's still holding it in P2 for now. And Beer seems to have some problems there. He is down into P4 now. Lost the position because of battling with Ian's car there. Official B2 still leads. This is the final lap of the Monaco Grand Prix, so positions are going to be fought for as crazy here. JSR trying to get up a position here. I think TNR might have cut that corner just to keep that there. So getting on to official B2 as he comes around. I think that was Infamous's car getting in the back of Ian there. I'm not even sure if it was a ghosted car or not. And now this official B2. I'm going across the line for P1. And we got Ian coming around for P2. Let's see who gets it. Ian gets pole position of the race because of penalties. Infamous goes second. Official B2 goes third. Beer comes across for fourth and gets fifth. J Sarge goes into fourth. GNR goes sixth. And let's see where Spooner goes as he is still coming around here. So that was quite an interesting finish here because of penalties. Ian getting the win for the race. Infamous second. Official B2 third. J Sarge going up to fourth. Beer down to fifth. And GNR in sixth. We got Spooner in seventh. We got Mogi coming around. He should be coming around in eighth. And then we got Deacon coming around for ninth. And Bollocks has finished 12th. Angry Orange coming for 10th. And I got Mitzi coming around for a final position of 11. So Bollocks already in 12th. Slayer, Frenzy, and Scientist out of the race. Scientist disqualified from the race, I am assuming because of too many penalties. And Mitzi has chosen to go into the pits. I think he's trying to serve a drive-through penalty here. It is probably the first time in the history of the sport I've seen a driver try to serve a drive-through penalty on the final lap of the race. Probably worked out for him though because he is still in 11th. And driver of the day goes to Ian. I can't say he didn't do well in this race. He ended up winning the race and getting driver of the day. So good job on him, Spart, for doing that. So that was our feature race for the Monaco Grand Prix for our F2 series with L2S F2 Esports League. We should be getting into our sprint race just after this. So stay tuned for that. Let's see how our results stand. They should be the same still. And there we go. Ian takes pole position for the race. And let's see. Did everyone get a penalty? Probably did. And Beer did get the fastest lap though. So Ian takes pole position. Infamous takes second. Official B2 taking third. J Sarge into fourth. Beer into fifth. GNR 6. Spooner 7. Mogi 8. Deacon 9th. Angry Orange 10th. Mitzi 11th. And 12 goes to Bollocks. Slayer 13. Frenzy 14. Scientist in 15. Was disqualified from the race. And I think every car got a penalty in the race. Yep, they did. Alright guys, so that is it for our feature race here. Let's get straight into the sprint race in just about 2 minutes. So let's just give the screen about half a minute to load and then we'll get to that. Alright guys, here we go for our sprint race, 15 laps. Let's see who's gonna take the win on this one. Let's see how turn 1 is gonna go here. Oh, got someone getting a little bit off there. So Mogi currently leading, Beer currently in second, Spooner currently running third, Sarge currently running fourth. Oh, and that's someone off. That might be Jay Sarge spun around, and I think he's lost his entire front wing. Trying to get back on track right now. He's losing a ton of positions there. As we got Beer under half a second, still behind. Mogi chasing him down. Let's see if he's gonna. Oh, probably like more like pushing Mogi's car. Like get out of the way right now. Let's see if he can get a move done going into the exit of the tunnel here. Oh, an official B2 moving up position behind Beer, chasing down Beer right now. Gap between Beer and Mogi getting very close, very dangerously close actually. But let's see if Beer can get a move done off of Mogi here. So far so good for Mogi, defending against Beer. But we're going into turn 1, which might give Beer an opportunity to get a move done, but not right now. And Mogi does have the fastest lap going so far. Gap is extremely close between the top 2 running. So just following along with Beer right now to see how close he's planning to get to Mogi and where he's actually gonna push to get an overtake done here. Oh, we got Ian and Bollocks in the pits. Probably both have damages at the moment here. And we think Beer was just about to try to go alongside Mogi here, which he is trying to do right now. Just looking to see which side he can. Oh, not going to be able to outbrake. Oh, and Mogi takes the runaway portion to get back out because didn't want to risk having an incident with Beer, but does take a 10-second penalty for that. So was that actually really worth it for Mogi? Mogi now 1.4 seconds ahead of Beer. Beer obviously still catching up. DRS is now enabled as we're running lap 3. This is a sprint race. It's going to be a little bit shorter. 15 laps going to be going by pretty quickly here. We got Scientist and Slayer going side by side. Not sure if anyone took any damage off of this as yet. J Sarge coming behind them. So Scientist running between 2 cars right now. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Scientist is desperately trying to catch up to get past. You got Beer getting very much closer again to Mogi's car, trying to go alongside him, gets past. Someone gets past pretty quickly there, and Mogi down with a second now, moves up Beer into P1, leads the race. Locks up a bit going around that turn. Oh, and Mogi suffered some damage apparently there, which left room for Beer to move ahead in P1. So he's going to have to change his front wing. Official P2M now moves up into P2. Spooner moving up into P3. GNR moving up into P4. Infamous up P5. Mitzi is 6. Angry Orange now 7. Dikuna is 8. Currently Moki all the way down into 9th. Going with Infamous right now. Trying to see, he's chasing down GNR. Got 2 cars battling just behind Infamous here as well. Oh, and Angry Orange and Mitzi it is. We have a virtual safety car for Mitzi being out of the race. What's happened to Mitzi's car? I don't think his car is on track anymore, so just a virtual safety car should be over pretty shortly, so that means he out of the race. So continuing on, we got Infamous and Angry Orange very close together, so these two are going to be battling it again as soon as we get back racing here. It should be any second now, as that VSC will be ending very shortly. And we have DRS enabled again, and we're back racing. Let's see how fast Angry Orange can get past Infamous SMG right now. Beer trying to gain some time off of official B2M right now. And I got Spooner and Deacon both in the pits. Seems Scientist has pitted as well as Slayer there. Quite a few pit stops happening on lap 5 right now. Infamous getting very close to GNR's car, almost pushing his car out in front, who's currently running P3. Let's see if he's able to fight for that podium position. Angry Orange behind him seems to be a bit disconnected. Oh, we got Infamous moving up a position off of Angry Orange's car there. Still fighting out. We got some ghosted cars getting in the way here as well. Beer the fastest than 122.7 so far. Angry Orange's car is now up into P3. Seems to be disconnected still though. I'm not sure what's happening there at the moment. Infamous still behind him. Trying to drive through the ghosted car right now. I would assume Angry Orange is having some internet issues there, which is why he's not able to get back on and take control of that car right now. Currently running in P3 though, his AI is driving pretty well. Oh, we have Deacon out of the race. Not sure what's happened to his car there. Oh, and Infamous and Angry Orange getting into it a bit. That might have caused some serious damage there. As we see, Infamous's car is severely damaged. He's going to be going into the pits, changing off his front wing. Not sure if Angry Orange has significant damage to his car. It's just going to be a VSC for the moment for Deacon being out of the race. Not sure what's happened to his car, as we're not able to see it on track. DRS is now enabled again. We're back racing. So we got Beer still leading this race. Official B2M in second place. We got Angry Orange now running in third. He's back on connected again. Seems to be lagging a bit though. We got GNR running in fourth. Frenzy in fifth. Infamous running in sixth. Currently in the pits though, getting out now. Spooner in seventh, still in the pits. Seems to be having a very slow pit stop. Almost like slow motion. Mogi now running 11th. He was leading the race at the start. Ian running in 12th. Bollocks in the getting out of the pits right now. Alright, let's have a look at pit stops and see who's yet to take one. So we got Angry Orange now in the pits. We still got a Beer, Official P2M, JNR, and Frenzy yet to make any pit stops. They have to make that one mandatory pit stop, so that's gonna be Angry Orange moving down. Since he's in the pits, I think Frenzy might get past him as well. Not sure as yet. At least 4 cars still yet to do pit stops here. And I think Frenzy is about to go past him. There we go. So top 4 cars are yet to pit in the race. Official P2, I guess he's trying to catch up to Beer right now. Not sure if he has any damage on his car. Might not. Seems to be running pretty well so far. Needs to work on breaking that gap down right now. We got Scientist getting very close to Slayer at the back there. He seems to be disconnected from his car at the moment. Not sure if he's having internet issues as well. Do tend to happen. Oh, and Slayer getting into the wall a bit, losing it on the rear maybe, and just breaking off the left side of his front wing. Not sure how much damage he's actually sustained from that. Maybe just the end plate. Not sure as yet. Does seem like that's what's happened there. Running on lap 9 now. We have another VSC. Bollocks is out of the race. Not sure what's happened to his car. We might be able to see it down at the end of turn 1. I think it's disappeared before we actually got there, so we're not going to be able to see that. Not sure what's happened to his car, so that's another VSC in the race there now. So Beer still leads off of Official B2M, JNR in third. Frenzy running fourth right now, still yet to pit. So still waiting for our top 4 cars to pit. I think they're probably just waiting on each other and see who's going to be going into the pits first here. And JNR getting a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC. We're back racing again. Beer has a bit of a lead off of Official B2M right now. Of course, this pit stop is going to be changing things when they actually do get to it. As Angry Orange, I think, just moved past Frenzy there. And JNR driving with a severely broken front wing. Still driving it in third though. So good job on him for still keeping that car in third for the moment. Still has about 17 seconds to gain and has a car 16 seconds behind him. So he's going to have to be very careful about how he attempts this pit stop. And we have Ian now out of the race in the same section in turn 1 as Bollocks was. Not sure what's happening to cars right now as they keep losing it down into turn 1. I think his car's already disappeared from it, so we're not going to be able to see it. I'm sorry, that wasn't turn 1 for Ian, that was somewhere else. Into sector 2, first turn into sector 2. Running on lap 10 right now, just about 5 laps left to go. We only have 11 drivers remaining in the race. We still have 3 drivers yet to pit. JNR currently in the pits. I think he's repairing some damage to his car. Going back down to Scientist, who is still disconnected here and still running behind Slayer for some reason. Slayer probably a bit annoyed with Scientist's AI car right now. I got Infamous just under a second behind Spooner right now, which is our closest battle at the moment. Let's see if anyone here is disconnected as well. It seems Infamous might be disconnected here as well. We might be having some glitches happening on the race, at least for this race here right now. Beer with the fastest lap right now, 122.1. This does tend to be internet issues sometimes that cause a lagging and issues in the game, but the game itself just does have a lot of problems still. And that's Mogi with a 3-second penalty. He was starting on pole for the race, now running 11th. Not sure if he's going to be able to make up any more positions here. Angry Orange falling back about 34 seconds behind. Frenzy has now caught up to him. Of course, I think he has his broken front wing still driving. Not sure. No, I don't think it was him. No, his front wing seems to be fine. Frenzy catching up to him right now. GNR now getting out of the pits. So that official B2 I'm running in second. I'm just trying to have a look if he does have any damage to his car. Yes, he does. He's missing the both end plates right now. Still able to keep that car in second place. Of course, with Angry Orange 33 seconds behind and just about 3.5 laps of racing left to go, I think official B2M stands a pretty good chance of finishing this race in second place if you can just keep this car from hitting the wall anywhere and just DNFing. Because with 32 seconds is more than enough time actually to even do a pit stop and still get her back here. But I don't think he wants to take the chance of changing front wings and get her back again and then come under threat from Angry Orange's car because he doesn't have any damage there. So I think he might rather actually just settle for second place and just try to get a car to the end of the race onto lap 15. Beer leading. If he knows his teammate is falling back, which he does, he's going to be pretty happy about that and has a comfortable lead of 11 seconds right now. And that lead is building as we speak. That's Slayer running 7th. As GNR just behind him. So he's going to be a little bit worried about that right now. So GNR is now right up on the rear of his car. Let's see if he's going to get a gap to go on here. Running on lap 12, so not a lot of time left to actually get this position up. Guys are just being a little bit careful just to avoid damage to the car right now because at this point in the race they don't want to take an extra pit stop just to be changing front wings just because of damage caused unnecessarily. And somehow our official B2 is now 3.3 seconds behind Beer. Not sure what's happening out front there. But of course, we still have Beer and official B2 are yet to make their pit stops. I think he should. Official B2 should have made a pit stop a little bit earlier when he had about 32 seconds to spare. Slayer getting a little bit off the rear there. Might be opening up for GNR to get past. And Beer gets a 3-second penalty there. Another 3-second penalty, I think it is too. Oh, and we got GNR going side by side with Slayer. After turn 1, let's see. Oh, barely holding that back in time because that would have been nasty going into that walk. There wasn't enough room for both cars there, especially with the gap Slayer was leaving there. Beer might have some damage on his car. We're going to switch it into our second to see what's happening. As official B2M has caught up to Beer, less than a second behind him now. And he has absolutely no front wing and he's trying to finish the race without a front wing on his car. As crazy as it seems, Beer is not giving up. He does have to take a pit stop before the end of the race. He hasn't taken one as yet. So let's see what he decides to do here because he has official B2M right on his rear of his car here now. Of course, official B2 having some severe damage to his front wing. Going to be in the red, but should have a little bit more better handle on it than Beer has on his car right now. Of course, both drivers are going to be extremely careful, and that's official B2 with another 3-second penalty. They're going to be very careful about how they approach this whole situation right now because with both cars having such amount of damage to their front wings, they're going to want to be careful if they do try to overtake each other here, which official B2 might be trying to do because he's trying to get as close as possible to actually get this done. And neither of the two taking a pit stop. So both of them continuing on with their broken front wings, and Beer just going on without any front wing at all right now. Wouldn't be the craziest thing we've seen on a race before. And there goes official B2 and getting past Beer now. So Beer is now down into second running, still without the front wing, going on the final lap of the race here. Neither of them had chosen to take a pit stop, even with all of the damage on their car. Not sure how severely worn those tires are right now. Quite an interesting end for a Monaco Grand Prix. Wouldn't be the craziest thing though, forcing a car to finish without a front wing. Does have a lot of time behind of him still, so he's going to be able to... Oh, and he spins around. I think he still has enough time to recover this and get back. So he's still going to be able to finish in second either way. Just going to have to avoid putting the car into the wall. Now we have official B2M coming around right now. And he goes across the line for P1. Beer going to come across for P2. Let's see if he actually will be able to keep it. As I know he does have some penalties. We got Angry Orange coming across. He's going to be coming around for P3. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to take it away from Beer. Depends if he has penalties himself here. Let's see how well this goes here now. And he does stay in P3. So official B2 on P1. Beer P2. Angry Orange in P3. Let's see if Frenzy comes across. He should be coming across for P4. And we got J Sarge coming for 5th. And he does get it. So Slayer is going to come around for 6th. That's Scientist in 9th, Mogi in 10th, and Spooner in 11th. So he does get 6th. Infamous gets 7th. And GNR will finish in 8th. We'll still wait on the final table to come up, but that is it for the sprint race for our F2 series for Monaco today. Alright guys, so that is official B2M taking the win, pole position for the race. And let's see who gets driver of the day. Oh, I think we might miss that. Oh, sorry, my bad. I forgot what race series we're doing. Alright, so official B2M P1, Beer takes 2nd, Angry Orange in 3rd, Frenzy goes 4th, J Sarge 5th, The Slayer 6th, Infamous takes 7th, GNR takes 8th, Scientist takes 9th, Mogi takes 10th, Spooner 11th, and Ian in 12th, Box 13, Decona 14, Mitzi in 15th. And fastest lap goes once again, I think, to Beer there. Did everyone get a penalty except for Scientist? Does seem that way. So not bad from him actually there. Alright guys, so that is it for L2S F2 Esports series. So once again we'll be with this again next week. We'll not be doing the F1 series this week. A bit of conflict with work, so we're not going to be able to do that. So see you guys again next week for same time, just on a different track with L2S.